everything is all right, your day is smooth, you're having a great morning. So, for people who are joining me live in this session, welcome to the live session. So, in this live session, we're going to talk about the competitor research. Why competitor research is really important whenever you're doing or starting a business or whenever you're starting some marketing. Okay, and who are your direct competitors? Who are your indirect competitors? So we'll cover everything in this particular live session. This live session might extend till 10 minutes. Okay, so in this live session, I'm gonna cover all these topics. Okay, because not most of the people, not everyone know about this competitor research because whenever you start a business, you obviously probably if you create a very new product which is not present in the world right now, that's pretty fine. But even though that is the product, okay, you do have competitors because you have people, your audience are people who are using another product, okay, probably for the same need. Okay, that means you have a competitor who are already targeting the same audience, right? So you should be having some competitor. Okay, so for the same reason, whenever you're trying to start a business, of course you do have this, you need to do this competitive research to ensure that you are getting in the right path, you are doing something with a proper plan. All right, so for people watching me live right now, welcome to this live session, guys. Thanks for joining this live session. You're gonna grab some good set of value out of this live session, I can assure you that. Okay, so if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to comment. All right, so okay, now let's talk about this. As the name says, what is competitor research? Okay, competitor research. Okay, so researching, making some research about your competitors. So who are your competitors? Okay, so probably to say it in a short manner. Okay, competitors are someone, okay, who's probably doing the business you want to do. Okay, who is already doing the business you want to do. Okay, probably who are selling your products, who are selling the products similar to yours, who are selling services similar to yours, or else who are targeting the audience you want to target. Okay, so these people are called as competitors. These business owners are called as competitors. All right. So now, how do we do the competitor research? Like, why competitor research is really important? Okay, before we go to how, let's talk about why we need to do the competitor research and why it is important. Okay, so guys, assume, okay, there were a lot of things which include while you're starting a business. Probably you need to consider cost, you need to consider your audience, you need to consider the USPs, you need to consider probably the marketing techniques, you need to consider the reviews and everything, right? So whenever you're trying to publish a product, so assume if I'm trying to publish a product called probably a gadget. Okay, so that gadget helps people to play music. Probably if it's a headphone, if that's a gadget. Okay, so what I'll do is, before I even launch my product, okay, first I'll see what is the cost. Okay, what is the cost of the competitors. Okay, so probably I'll understand the cost and I'll understand it. That means after understanding all these five or six set of things, six set of major things, what happens is that you'll get an idea, you'll get to know what needs to be done, how to not commit a mistake. Okay, and how to do all these things. That means you're going to go in the right path because your competitors are someone who's already selling your product, so he might already be making some mistakes, so you should be having some good set of reviews, bad reviews and everything, so you can consider them and you can go in the right path. Okay, so it will make you understand what needs to be done. Okay, in a correct way, so that you don't repeat the same mistakes your competitors have done. That means it's just to ensure that you don't repeat the mistakes, you don't do the mistakes your competitors have done. All right, so now the competitors are of different types. Okay, so there'll be a direct set of competitors and indirect set of competitors. That means we call them as direct competitors and indirect competitors. All right, so who are direct competitors and who are indirect competitors? So let me quickly explain. Okay, so this is a big question, this is a big confusing question for most of the people. Okay, who are trying to do marketing, who want to launch business and stuff. All right, so when it comes to marketing, okay, we of course need to target some set of audience, right? We of course need to understand the cost and everything, the product, the service and all. So now we're going to divide the competitors into two sets, like direct competitors and indirect competitors. Talking about the direct competitors, the competitors who are selling or offering the product or service related to yours, which is similar to yours, to the same target market. Okay, so that means to the same audience. Okay, so these are called as target. This is called as a kind of direct competitor. So let me give you an example about who is a direct competitor. Okay, Coca-Cola and Pepsi, these people were called as direct competitors because what they are selling, some beverages, some cool beverages, and they were selling the cool beverages to the audience. Okay, to the people who are hungry, to the people who want to party, and this is that means the product is very similar, kind of 99% similar, and also the target market is same, not similar, is same. All right. So these people are called as, these two business owners or these two businesses are called as direct competitors. Okay. So that means whenever someone is already selling a product similar to yours, product or service similar to yours, and also serving the same market you want to serve, so these type of competitors are called as direct competitors. You got me right? So the quick example is Coca-Cola and Pepsi. So these were direct competitors. Okay, and I guess you know the kind of clash between them all the time in terms of branding, in terms of marketing, in terms of offers and everything. They do have a lot of clash just because they were direct competitors. All right. So now let's talk about indirect competitors. Okay, so who are indirect competitors? Okay, so a person or a product, or sorry, a person or a company who is selling a different kind of product to the same target market. Okay, so that means here he's gonna sell a different type of product which is not really similar to what you wanna sell or what you're already selling. Okay, but he's already serving the same market. He want to serve the same market. Okay, so these competitors are called as indirect competitors. That means the product might not be similar. Okay, the product he will be offering might not be similar. Okay, but he is serving the same market. He or the business is serving the same market. All right. So this is called as these people are called as indirect competitors, and this is called as indirect competition. Okay, so let me give you a quick example about indirect competition. All right, so let's consider a street. Okay, probably somewhere in New York or somewhere in Delhi or somewhere. Okay, so in the same location, in the same locality of 5 miles, 5 kilometers, okay, whatever it is. Okay, so probably consider there were two stores. One is like, one store is Domino's, and another store is like probably KFC or probably McDonald's or whatever it is. Okay, so two different stores. Okay, offering different, like Pizza Hut sells pizza, or else Domino's sells pizza. Okay, McDonald's sells burgers and everything, right? French fries and everything. Okay, see, the product is different. Although this is related to the food, okay, but the product is different. These people are selling pizzas and these people are selling burgers and stuff. All right. So now what they were doing? They were selling two different products to same set of audience. Who are the audience? The hungry people, the people who are hungry. Okay, so that means the audience, the set of audience is same here. Okay, the set of audience is not different. Okay, although they were selling two different types of product, probably burgers or pizzas or whatever it is, they were selling it to hungry people. Okay, now you might ask me a question, Prakash, how this would be a competition? Okay, yes, this is a competition. Okay, so whenever a person is hungry, okay, if you go to a person who is hungry, okay, probably, and if he keeps an offer something like this, I'm hungry right now. Someone who feeds me gets $100 or 100, probably 100 rupees or whatever it is, some reward. Okay, someone who feeds me first gets a reward. Okay, now if Pizza Hut or else if Domino's goes first and feeds that guy, Domino's will get the reward. And if McDonald's goes first and feeds the guy, McDonald's will get the reward, right? So that means whenever a person is hungry, he'll always look for kind of food or whatever it is which were near to him, which has some good set of offers and everything. So that is where the competition lies. Okay, so competition is something like, probably it's about offering food to a hungry person. But what food? Whatever food you offer, that should clear up his hunger. Okay, he should be back with some full stomach and all, right? So for that reason, what happens, these companies get some clash. Okay, you or me, you're gonna feed him or I'm gonna feed him. That's the clash. So that's the competition, right? So that is how the indirect competition works. Okay, so the indirect competitors are someone who are selling different kind of product but the same set of audience. Okay, and a quick example is probably what I mentioned, Domino's and McDonald's in a same area, targeting hungry people. Okay, the same set of audience. All right. So any questions, guys? Any questions? If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to comment below. Okay, so I would be more than happy to answer your questions right on this live session. So you'll be grabbing some good set of value, because these were the questions which most of the business owners and most of the marketing people who are trying to do some marketing and stuff have in their minds all the time. Okay, so even if you go directly and ask someone who is a direct competitor and direct competitor, no one can really answer the question. All right, so that's the whole thing. Okay, so if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to comment below. So I'm waiting for your comments. So, all right. So now, how are you gonna do that? How are you gonna do that marketing? Okay, how are you gonna do? What is the way to do that competitor research? Okay, so whenever you're trying to do some competitor research, there are some few factors to consider. Okay, so what are the few factors? So what are the few factors to consider whenever you're doing some marketing, right? The first one is cost. You need to consider cost. Okay, whenever you are doing some marketing, the reason why you need to consider cost is that, okay, probably your marketers, oh sorry, your competitors assume that you are selling the same product. You're targeting a direct competitor, okay, and you are selling the same product. Okay, so what happens is that probably your product cost might be higher or lower than your competitor ones, or else your competitor product is higher or lower than ours. Okay, or else if your competitor had 1+1 offer and you don't have a 1+1 offer. Okay, and as he has that 1+1 offer, people are buying a lot of products from him. So as the product of yours is similar, you can also go ahead and keep some 1+1 offer. Okay, you understand, right? So what are the costs involved over there, which is bringing him some sales? So if you're offering the same product at like 500, okay, but this guy is offering the same product at 500, he's offering two products, right? So that is the difference, and that is why you are not seeing any business, and that is why this guy is seeing business. Okay, you're looking at some bigger profit margins, he is looking at volume of sales. Okay, so that's the difference. Okay, that's where the difference lies. So that is why as I mentioned, you need to consider cost as one of the factors of competitor research. All right, so if you have a pen and paper, you can just note it down, because these were the things which will really help you whenever you go much further in your life, in your business, or wherever you work. Okay, so first one is cost, and second one is probably we can call it as the marketing and sales techniques. Okay, so whenever you want to start a business, you would probably look at your competitors ads, you would probably look at your competitors billboards, your competitors shop, the way he displayed his products, the way he arranged or customized his products and everything, right? So that these are a part of marketing and sales techniques. Okay, so once you understand what the competitor is doing, see, you don't really compete with competitors who are doing much lesser than yours, much lesser than your business, right? So whenever you want to consider a competitor, you of course going to consider the one who is already doing great in the same field, selling the same product to the same audience, right? So whenever you do that, of course you want to be at the place where your competitor is lying right now. Okay, so whenever you want to be at that particular place, you need to understand what is the sales and marketing, what are the sales and marketing techniques this guy is using to get that set of that volume of sales. Okay, by understanding that, you don't have to really reinvent the wheel, you just need to roll on the same wheel and you can achieve the same results. All right, so that's how you need to do. So that is why the second point, the marketing and sales techniques. Okay, now the third one, the third factor to consider is that, okay, the USP, the unique selling propositions. Okay, so what are unique selling propositions? Okay, so as I mentioned, if me and my competitor are selling the same product, probably the headphones. Okay, so but my competitor is getting huge number of sales. His sales volume was huge. His profit margins was huge. Okay, everything was huge. But there's a reason. Okay, why this guy is getting huge set of sales, which is his unique selling proposition. Probably he's offering something unique which we are not offering. Okay, which none of the competitors are offering. Okay, probably we need to understand what he's offering, and we need to have our own USP, and that is where we can increase our sales. Okay, so we can understand his USP. What is the unique selling proposition of this guy? So he's getting some huge set of sales, and you need to implement this team. Got me right? So that's the third point you need to remember. That's the third factor you need to consider whenever you're trying to do some competitor analysis. Okay. Now the fourth point. Okay, the negative feedback, the mistakes, and everything. Okay, probably let's talk about mistakes first. Okay, probably what happens is that your competitor might have committed a mistake by launching a marketing campaign or promoting something. Okay, promoting a product or something, right? Okay, promoting or else referring to something, and if that marketing campaign went very wrong in the sense the sales volume got dropped, people started to hate this company, that means we need to learn from the mistakes of these competitors. Okay, probably if that competitor has raised the price of his headphones in the last month, okay, and again he has returned to the original price. Okay, so what happens is that just because he has raised his particular price of the product in the last month, he might have seen some uh, you know drop in the sales volume, correct? So if that happens, you need to consider that, okay, as this guy has increased his prices during this period of the year, and he has got some really low number of sales, so I don't have to do that. I need to consider the right time to increase the prices of the product. So probably you need to learn from the mistakes of your competitor. Okay, so probably if there's a designing mistakes for your competitor, okay, if your competitor has designed a product, okay, if your competitor has designed a product in a way, if the headphones is getting some lights and stuff, okay, so probably your computer has designed that in a thought that he can attract more set of audiences because of the lights, the lights which were coming from the headphones and everything, okay, probably the lasers or whatever it is, okay. So but that went really wrong, okay, that got failed, that didn't really work. Okay, you need to learn from that. Okay, I don't have to put lights, even though if I have to put lights, I shouldn't use this particular LEDs or whatever it is this guy is using. I need to use this kind of particular thing to launch a product with lights. Okay, so learn from the competitor's mistakes. So that's the fourth important factor to consider while you're doing some competitive research. Okay, now the fifth one is negative feedback. Okay, so guys, positive feedback is absolutely fine. Okay, positive feedback. Everyone gives a positive feedback whenever they understand, they love the product. Okay, but negative feedback is a place where you learn a lot of things. Okay, not every person who's buying your product, not every customer who bought your product will love your product. Okay, and not every customer who bought your product will have the same mindset, will have the same need, and will have the same set of what do we call comforts. Okay, so probably one guy want a headphone with some big cushion. Okay, and another guy want a headphone with some big kind of stretchable neck. Okay, another guy want a headphone with good amount of bass. Okay, so that means whenever your product is being sold, there will be different set of people who will be buying your product. Okay, one might feel this one as a comfortable factor, and another might feel this one as a comfortable factor. So if they are not satisfied with their product, they're going to leave a review, right? And that negative review, okay, that negative review will make you learn a lot. So instead of learning from your negative reviews, why don't you just go ahead and look at your competitors' negative reviews and ensure that you don't commit the same mistakes while designing your product, doing some marketing or whatever it is, probably during shipping or packaging or whatever it is. You can find the negative feedback of your competitor, and you can just find what are the mistakes this guy has committed just because of this packaging or whatever it is, and the customer got dissatisfied. And you can use the same feedback to correct your packaging, your mistakes, or whatever you. All right. So these were the five factors, okay, to consider whenever you want to do the competitor research. Okay, the first one is you need to consider the cost. Okay, and second one is you need to understand the USP. Okay, the order might differ, but these were the points. These were the right points. The second one is USP. The third one is probably the negative feedback. The fourth one is the mistake. The fifth one is the sales and marketing techniques. Okay, so consider these five factors to get a proper competitor research done. And yes, you're gonna sit at a place where you go in a right path because you already learned from the mistakes and everything from your competitor, and now you're in the right path. Okay, so guys, any questions before we end this? Actually, I said this was a 10-minute session, but it got extended till like around 20 minutes right now. So for people who are watching me right now, you're very welcome to join this live session. Okay, so if you have any questions, guys, please do not hesitate to comment below about the competitor research and stuff. So I would be more than happy to answer this right on this live session. Any questions, guys? Just put it right inside the comment box, or else if you're not good with putting them inside the comment box, you can send me a message anytime, or else these particular videos will be live on all the three platforms forever, so you can just comment on them anytime you want. Okay, so I hope there were no questions, as I don't see any questions coming in. But thank you so much for being on this session, staying till this particular point, and consuming this huge value. If you have any questions or if you have any suggestions for the topics, okay, you can just reach out to me. You can send me a quick message, so I would consider that and I would do a live session. Okay, all right, guys, if you have any questions, just reach back to me, or any help, just reach back to me, guys. All right. So see you in the tomorrow session. Thank you so much for joining me live. Have a great day. Thank you, guys.